A 6 USY Delta Mike 06.
Whistler.
Good evening, Mike. K6USY.
Yeah, good evening. Sorry we're a little late. We got sitting at the dinner table talking story about my exploits over the years, and then, of course, that gets out of control.
Well, you're right on time, Mike. It's 7:30, so K6USY 1079 and Bozo 1100 putting kids to bed.
Yeah, good. And what's the date today here in the States?
Here it is Thursday, May 23rd.
Okay, 5:24 GMT. Got it. Hey, we might have KB6RQU in here tonight. I'm beamed down his way. Yeah.
I was hearing some weak CW in there for a second, probably coming off the back of your antenna. So, K6USY.
Yeah, well, that may be Richard up there with his smashing 5 watts out of Wassaw Valley. And of course, it could also be Larry. But either one of them use CW, but that's mostly out of, if you hear CW, most of the time it's coming out of Nevada. Okay, let's see. KB6RQU. Rick, I wonder if you're down there this evening. KB6 Radio Queen United, Lake Isabella. K6MYC. Hear him. Is there anybody else in here that would like to join the Bozo Net? K6MYC, Central California, beaming down toward Bakersfield and Lake Isabella.
A6S is here.
Alpha 6 Sugar, good evening. We had KB6RQU in here last night on 2 meters out of the blue, 3 months missing, no explanation. He's just back, and he was working good, and he thought he might be able to get on here tonight on 432 as well. So we'll see how that works out. You might, if you're turned that way, you could give KB6RQU a call in Lake Isabella. And also Ben might be on. You might be able to hear Ben there, N6SWR in Bakersfield. You could hear him before. AA6S 800 K6MYC.
My antenna's coming around.
KM6SRR.
The antenna's turned into Mama, Dada, Bakersfield.
KM6SRR.
KM6SRR. How you doing, Rob?
How you doing, Bill? Doing good. AA6S, KM6SR. Mike, I got a text from Ben. He has another club meeting tonight, so he won't be on tonight. Over.
Okay, thanks for that. I guess we're not going to have Rob and Rick in here either. I haven't heard Rick, but he could come in. We could hang here for a few more minutes and see if he shows up. But the problem is when we turn away from Rick, typically I won't hear him. This 432 signal is not bodacious. Anyway, good evening, Rob. Good evening, Aaron. Good evening to Brittany in the background, probably starting to get the kids ready for bed. And Alpha 6 Sugar, good evening to you, Bill.
Yeah, Roger. I'm heading towards Porterville there, in that area. And we'll see if what happens there. See if KB6RQU about had a heart attack. I said he's alive last night. I don't know if you heard me say that. KB6RQU, AA6S. No action. I guess I'll head. I wonder if maybe Ron will be on.
Well, I guess you usually work Ralph sooner or later here, don't you?
Yeah, I don't think he can rotate his antenna. He gets this way at about 15 minutes to 7. I was listening down there, but I didn't hear much anything.
Oh, I thought it was 15 to 8. 7:45 is when he used to look this way.
Yeah, I think things said 15 to 7, and the net starts at 7 or something.
Well, that's the middle of the day for me. I can't be that early.
Yeah, it's pretty early. About time he came to life.
Okay, well, let's see here. Rob, how are you doing? And
I'm doing okay. Took a vacation day to work on wheat cutting again today. Over.
You say you had a vacation day?
Roger, yep. I need to do some more wheat cutting. Over.
Oh, you had a vacation from work, so you went to work at their home, huh?
So you hit the QUI,
Bill's talking to somebody there. QUI is not going to be there tonight. He said specifically he would not be there tonight. QUI is not there.
Bill, did you copy that from Mike? QUI said he would not be there tonight. Over. I think I dealt with you, Bill. Mike said that Ron said he would not be there tonight. Over.
Now I'll point it towards Tom, then about 300 degrees. See if he shows up or something there. Yeah, his antenna at me though. Anyway, I'm towards Tom right now, AA6S.
Did you get me, Mike?
Did I hear what?
Did you get 727?
No, no, I didn't hear you, Mike. It's WA6AAJ 727. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike, and everybody present.
You're alive. I guess you probably heard me, Mikey, or Michael, I mean. And I was listening to my crazy stuff I listened to, and they said there's about 300, some guys said, of these 737 planes that could blow up in flight. I thought that's I forget, I don't know why they do that, but anyway, that's what the guy was saying, that some leaked out of their office there. So don't get on a 777 or whatever it is.
Well, I'm pointed over toward Tom now, I believe. This system is still not working right. We thought we had it fixed, but it's still acting funny tonight. So there's something wrong out there at the tower. Every now and then I turn the power on and the display goes completely blank, like there's a dead short out there, and then it comes back to life. Something is intermittently shorting out there, and we just haven't found it. So I guess we're going to have to crank the tower down. I don't look forward to that right now because I got so much other weed work to do and important stuff growing. But I also need to have this rotator working properly. So I'm turned over toward KW6S, and we're also looking for KB6 Lima Echo Echo.
And W6BBS72 is here.
Good evening, Frank. Let's see. Yeah, the rotor controller is it's still not the rotor controller. Something is going dead shorted on there, and twice now, as I've tried to rotate the screen, and thing has gone completely out. In other words, this power supply this one's got one of those switching supplies in it, and it gets shorted and then it shuts everything down. The screen goes blank. Over.
Yeah, roger that. You know, the more I think about it, you know, we probably got something inside the rotor itself, a loose wire or something, I don't know, because it only happens when it moves. Now, I have a question, though. I left that thing pointed south. Had you turned it around to the north at one point?
Well, it was full counterclockwise. Well, wherever it was. I ran it in Cal, and it was almost full counterclockwise. Over.
Yeah, had you moved it since I said it?
Well, no, I hadn't used it. I came in here to use it, and it was reading 150, but I started to use it, and the next thing I know, it was reading 330 or something, and it was just all whacked out.
Yeah, okay, because when I came up the hill today, I noticed that it was pointing north, and I meant to ask you if you had moved it around the north. So, yeah, we got to crank the tower down, no doubt, Mike.
Yeah, okay, so you saw it pointing north when you saw it this morning. No, I did not touch it, so when I called it, it only went for about 3 seconds, and it was there. Over.
Yeah, roger that. So it turned all the way around. It turned around 180 degrees counterclockwise on its own then.
It seemed to do that. I'm not a happy camper. Anyway, not your fault, nobody's fault. It's just annoying that we can't find this problem. Anyway, we'll get it. I just didn't want to crank the whole damn thing down, but probably is a good idea for some routine maintenance anyway. Who knows? Okay, I'm pointed toward the Bay Area. Would anybody else you want to try calling Tom? I'm not sure I'm pointed right with this thing, so I have no idea. I'm reading the calibration. It says 275, but I wouldn't believe it. KW6S, Tom, are you there? Rob, why don't you call him, and then Frank can call him, and then maybe Bill can try him. Should I go away altogether?
No, you're coming in okay down here.
Oh, who said here?
Well, we're calling KW6S. Would Rob, you call him one? Rob must be downstairs eating dinner. Frank, give KW6S a call.
Yeah, I'll give him a call, but remember, he rarely hears me. Oh, no, 432 usually hears me pretty good. That was 1296 I was thinking about. KW6S, KW6S, Whiskey 6 Bravo, Bravo Sierra with K6 MYC in the Bozo Net calling over. KW6S, KW6S. Are you around tonight, Tom? Over. We usually hear each other, Mike, and I got a good band tonight. I got nothing.
Okay, well, let's also try for Lee. Let me try Lee. Maybe I have to go to the Bay Area and see if I can hear Fred in there. Fred, are you on frequency at KD6S? Okay.
Well, if you're pointing the Bay, you're getting me. November 5, November Papa Delta.
Did you get that, Mike?
No, I didn't. Was that you, Brett?
That was November 5, November Papa Delta is hearing you good, over.
Okay, N5P PBD, Papa Delta, Papa Bravo Delta, I think it is. I can't get that lettering straight on your call for some reason, Brett. 1129, go ahead.
Yep, you're pointing my way. I'm hearing you pretty good. You're coming in as an 8 over here, so yep. November 5, November Papa Delta. Just remember NPD because I work at NPD. Over.
The CW again.
Did you copy me, Mike?
Yes, I copy you, Brett. Very loud, no problem. I'm just hearing CW in the background, and I was pausing to see if I could get a letter or a number out of it to see who it was that was trying to call in. Over.
Copy that. And I haven't heard any CW tonight. I did hear some people from down south when you were talking about Lake Isabella and stuff. I could get some of those guys.
Boy, that CW just keeps on going, but it's so broken up with fading, I just can't get it. Okay, well, I guess we don't have Tom in here tonight, and Lee was going to be on maybe, but Lee may not have any signal over here, so if I'm going to call Lee, but if I don't hear him, we're going to go on into the Bay Area. KB6 Lima Echo Echo. KB6LEE Lee, K6MYC calling and listening.
That CW sounds like a beacon, Mikey.
What's that, Bill?
It's sending a bunch of V's, and I heard a couple of K's, but it's sending V.
It might be W6PQL helping me point.
W6PZL, and it's pretty loud.
W6 Papa Queen London. I don't know where the it sounds like PZL to me also, but it's PQL.
I keep hearing PZL, but maybe it is. Yeah, it's a Q. He's coming in pretty good.
And Bill, Frank, for your information, now going bumping it along in manual mode. It's killed the box 3 times now.
Okay, we got a bad short up there somewhere that's just getting worse every day.
Well, it's either that or something's drawing a lot of current, and it's just shutting the power supply down. It shouldn't do that, of course. Okay, let me try W6PQL, W6 Papa Queen London, W6PQL, W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC. K6MYC calling and standing by. Go ahead, Jim. Again, Bill, Frank, I think we ought to hook up the control box at the bottom and confirm that whatever it is either in the rotator or in the line. This dumping this box almost every time I try it.
Roger.
By any chance, you had any inclination to go to the flea market on Saturday, Frank?
Negative. I hadn't intended to.
Okay. to find a ride in there.
Well, I mean, if that's what you want me to spend the day doing, I guess I could do that.
No, if you hadn't intended it. We can write in with Rob, but just that Rob wants to get there a little bit before 8 o'clock. You know, the middle of the night, so to speak. I'm not getting anybody out of the Bay Area. I don't know what's going on. Bay Area. Is anybody hearing me at all? K6MYC Bozo Net, standing by Bay Area. I don't even know where I'm pointed. I may not be pointed toward the Bay Area. Somebody see if they can raise the Bay Area. Call Ed. Somebody should call Ed, see if he's there. You can usually hear Ed, can't you? WA6AXX.
Yeah, I can try WA6AXX, WA6AXX, W6BBS for the Bozo Net calling over. All right, very good. Mike has some rotor trouble tonight, so why don't you give some long chatter for Mike and see if he can check and see if his antenna's pointed at you, okay, Mike? I said Mike, I meant Ed, right?
Well, I can't make the rotor box go at all. Now I'm dead.
Yeah, okay, Ed. Apparently he's not hearing you at all. He just told me while you were talking that his rotor shut down completely now. He can't rotate at all, so he's pretty well dead. But we've got you checked in. Thanks a lot, Ed. Over.
I have him check in for all the others that are in the Bay Area, and you can pass them on to us. Over.
Yeah, okay, I'll have to get a pin here. Ed, can you take some check-ins in the Bay Area and relay to me, and then I'll relay to Mike? Over. Yeah, okay, thank you much. What's Fred's call sign? I couldn't hear him. Okay, very good. Yeah, I thought that was KD6SOK, but I wasn't sure. Okay, thank you much, Ed. I appreciate it. So, Mike, all we've got out of the Bay Area is W6PQL from earlier, and we've, of course, got Ed's in there, and then KD6SOK Fred is in there. Over.
And K6 VBG is here.
Yeah, I heard VBG. I was just waiting, giving Mike time to come back. And I'm sorry about that. The name is Frank. Frank, Fox Romeo Alpha November Kilo, over. Okay, will do. K6MYC, are you copying me now, Mike?
The box is taking a dump on me now, Frank. I got nothing but zeros coming up on the screen. It doesn't have any modes. It's done.
Yeah, okay, but can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, well, I've got some check-ins for you. We got KD6SOK. I would assume that you heard that. KD6SOK, Fred was in there. W6PQL earlier, of course, on CW. And now we've got K6VBG. Dave just checked in, over.
Yeah, I heard Dave. So K6 Victor Bravo Golf. Good evening, Dave.
Why, good evening.
I'm sitting here completely stuck. I could go to the barn and do this, but I'm not going to do it for this short of net. So I've got no rotation whatsoever here, and I don't know where I'm pointed. It quit halfway somewhere.
Well, I suspect you're pointed somewhat in my direction because I don't have any weird stuff on you. And usually when I point, I'm pointing the Bay Area, and usually we get a little Doppler on our signals as our antenna alignment changes a little bit. You sound like you're pointed at me.
Well, not intentionally. That would be off 90 degrees. Okay, you might have Ed look for KB6BA, KT2G, K6KLY, KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Any of those?
He was leaving. He's packing for, taking all the books and stuff down.
Well, that's helpful. Couldn't have done that any other time, of course. Okay. Well, then I guess the best thing to do is just rotate. If you can't get anybody else in the Bay Area, rotate up and see if you can get Ken N6RO.
Yeah, I was just going to do a couple calls there, Mike. So this is Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra assisting net control for the Bozo Net. Do we have any check-ins out of the Bay Area or anywhere, over? N6RO, W6BBS. How about you, Ken? Are you around tonight?
He's running the little 4-element elk. You've got to be right on him to hear him.
Yeah, I know right where I hear. I usually hear him pretty good no matter what, and I know right where to point. I'm pointing right at Ken right now, and just kind of moving up as I call here, over.
Okay.
Yeah, before I move on up, move the antenna some more. Anybody in the Bay Area, N6RO or anybody else in the Bay Area or any parts in that direction want to check into the Bozo Net, over? Okay, WA6AXX, that would be great. I'll relay that to Mike after you give the call, and I'll take down whatever you get, over. Yeah, that's okay. I messed yours up at the beginning. It's Frank, remember? Okay, Frank. All right, very good. Thanks a lot, Ed. We appreciate it. And K6NYC Mike, I've got one for you here, Kilo Delta 6 Bravo Alpha. Oliver is checking in. And Ed said that you kind of guilted him into coming back in the radio and giving another call for you, Mike. Go ahead.
Good. Thank you for that, Ed. Ed must be hearing me. Okay, KB6BA, it's Kilo Bravo 6 Bravo Alpha, KB6BA 900. Okay, let's go up and get RO, and if not RO, maybe somebody in Clear Lake.
Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra with K6NYC for the Bozo Net, looking for N6RO or anybody else that can hear me for check-ins, over. Of course, Mike, I never hear Clear Lake, and there's no way they're going to hear me. So, I don't know how well I'm going to do from this point on, other than maybe, somebody like a KR6MR. But moving on up towards the Sacramento area, Clear Lake. This is Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra with K6NYC, looking for check-ins to the Bozo Net. Over.
KJ6 Kilo Foxtrot Bravo is Darren. Usually about 320 degrees for me, and then Bill KO6KD at 328.
This is Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra, just kind of going around the compass here. Whiskey 6 Baker Sugar with K6NYC, who has rotor trouble, looking for check-ins to the Bozo Net. Anybody can hear me? Check in now, please. Over.
711 K6MI.
Well, we got John, K6MI 711. Good evening, John.
Hey, thanks. Good to hear you. And Mike, just got in the shack, and everything is good. Very good, in fact.
All right, very good, John. Well, thank you for checking in, and you have a good evening, sir.
You bet. And in a couple of weeks, I'll try and visit your QTH because I'm fascinated with what you're doing up there.
Oh, that sounds good. Just give me a couple days warning, and we'll make it happen, John.
Oh, stupendous. Very good. Thanks.
Good evening, sir. Whiskey 6 Bravo Sierra. Anybody else want to check into the Bozo Net? KO6KD, KR6MR. Anybody up in that direction can hear me? Want to check in? Over. Oh, KO6KD 776. I can hear you there, Bill. Top of the evening. Mikey's got rotor problems, so I'm trying to help out. Any traffic? Over. Any traffic tonight, Bill? Very good. I don't hear him at all, Bill, but I am hearing you. I'm kind of weak and you fade off on me sometimes, but we've also got KR6MR checked in now as well. Thank you.
Ask Bill if Darren is there. I can hear Bill a little bit here. I must be pointed close.
Yeah, okay, Bill, if you said anything important in there, got covered up by Mike. He wants to know if Darren's there. Can you copy Darren tonight? Over. All right, roger that. Thank you very much, Bill. No, Mike, we got KR6MR and KO6KD, but no Darren tonight. Over.
Okay, you got KR6MR, Judy.
I'm sorry, say again, Bill? Okay, very good. Well, I'm not hearing him, and I probably won't, and Mike's got problems, so he won't, but you can tell him we've got him checked in. Over. Yeah, Darren is trying, Mike, but I don't hear anything out of him.
Oh, Darren is trying. Okay, well, we'll give him a check-in if he's on there trying, so that's good. He's only got 8 watts on this band. Over. Okay, let's.
Okay, is that all we got there, Bill? Okay, thank you very much, sir. We do appreciate it. Have a good evening. Was there somebody else checking in? Okay, I missed part of the call, but I got the 756. 756, I hear you calling in, and Mike will know who that is. You got 756, Mike?
That's Darren.
Okay, Darren, I heard you. We got you checked in. Over, over. Okay, you're so weak, I just can't really copy what you're saying, but you are checked in. Thank you very much. Over. Roger, roger. Okay, very good. Anybody else in this direction before I move on?
Well, you could have KW6T. You could have KE6ILX. If you don't have those guys, give them a call. Give those 2 calls a call. KE6ILX is Jeff, and KW6T is Russ. I haven't heard Russ for a couple of weeks. All of a sudden again.
KW6T or KE6ILX? KW6T or KE6ILX? Either one of you guys want to check in tonight? Over, over. Don't hear a thing.
Stand by, CW. Okay, it's Larry on 7WT. I can't copy you, Larry. I'm losing you. Let's see if we can get Richard. If you guys go back to CW, go to CW, and let me see if I can hear Richard. Have Richard give us a call. N7WT with KD6BQ, K6MYC. Go ahead, Richard.
Do you hear him, Mike?
Okay. The one we need now is Daniel. Let's see if I can hear Daniel. Daniel, I've got very poor broken rotor here, but I might be able to copy you, Daniel. Give us a call, Daniel. Give us a call, and if I recognize your voice, you'll be checked in. KE7UQL, KE7UQL, K6MYC. Over, over. Roger, Roger, Daniel, we got you. I hear you. You're about Q3, but the antenna is not pointed correctly. But you're about Q3 here. Pretty good signal. And we got you, KE7UQL. Thank you, Daniel. I've got a broken rotor here, broken rotator. 7-3, and we'll see you Sunday. We'll see you Sunday, Daniel. KE7UQL, N7 Whiskey Tango, KD6BQ. Thanks, guys. Sorry, I'm sort of limping along here this evening. 73, 73, K6MYC. Luckily, the antenna went all the way around. This time it went all the way around to full clockwise, Frank.
Well, why didn't you get it going earlier? What's wrong with you?
It went on its own. I couldn't tell where it was pointing. I kept pushing the button, and it probably was going clockwise all the time, but I didn't see any readout. The readout's been damaged. Okay, we could try to go back and get N6RO. You want to try for Ken again?
Yeah, I'll head back down there. Coming down now. Let's see, rotating around here. N6RO, 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 Whiskey 6, Bravo, Sierra with K6MYC for the Bozo Net. Calling you around, Ken? N6RO, N6RO, W6BBS for the Bozo Net, calling and listening. Nary a peep, Mike.
Okay. Well, I guess we're done.
Yeah, you wouldn't be the first one that was done with me.
No, you're doing fine. Actually, the only guys you didn't hear was the Nevada guys. Luckily, I was pointed enough in that direction. I'm probably already all the way around to L14, or, L14. No, that's probably, it went right up to the stop, probably. But I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do now, because Matt's not coming home tomorrow night. The control box that did work, the other control box is in the shop, and I'm not sure this one's not blown up completely. It doesn't do anything when I turn it on except give me zeros.
Does this mean we don't have another control box if you need it?
Well, we can steal one. Probably we could steal the one that's feeding the 15-meter beam at the barn, over.
Well, no, yeah, we could, but point being, Mike, is you remember that a lot of my gear is not up, so I could grab one of my control boxes and bring it down there until yours have been put through the shop so that we don't have to disconnect anything else.
Okay, you might do that on Saturday then. I'm not going to be here Saturday.
Okay, very good. Now, since we're talking about it, do you want me to mess with any of that Saturday, or you want me to just wait for you there to start messing with that tower?
Well, maybe you can do some preliminary checks on it. You might look at the look at the rotors, and look at the wires going to the reed switch, and see if you can make the motor go just a little bit. And then you can see if the reed switch is blown. I have a feeling that we arced the reed switch closed, over.
Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, I'll at least get that much done, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, you could put an ohm meter on the reed switch and watch it off and on. If you could just move the rotator just a little bit, that's all you need to do, and you'll see the contacts open and close. That's it. We don't, if we got a blown reed switch in the rotator, then the whole thing definitely has to come down and a new rotor has to go in. I've got a rotor here. That's a big, gigantic pain in the ass, so to do that, as you know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Well, we'll first step will be test that, and then if that doesn't, if it's up the tower, then we got to crank it down and then inspect where we've got it, our feed line tied into the short pigtail that comes out of the rotor. Make sure that looks good, and if all that's good, then it's inside that rotor. We got to swap it out and see what's going on.
Yep, that's it. Well, I kind of need this. I need it on Monday. So we can talk about it a little more, but I think at least do some preliminary checks on it and see if you can do failure diagnosis. If it looks like it's a rotator, then we'll just have to put it off, and I'll have to milk it along with the one in the barn over.
Well, if I determine that that we got to bring it down and check up there, at the least I could crank that tower down and check where we're tied into the pigtail and make sure all that's good. Then we know it's a rotor job, and that's a big job, and we have to go forward. But you want me to take it at least that far and make sure we don't have a bad splice up there, correct?
Yeah.
All right, very good. I have my instructions, sir.
All right. Bob, are you in here?
KM6SR, yep. Came back up from dinner.
Okay, now what time do you want us to be ready for you on Saturday morning?
I thought you said 7:20. Is that good?
We'll do our best.
Now, did you have a bunch of stuff we need to load up, Mike?
No, I'm not going to take anything in. It's too hodgepodge. It's I haven't had time to think about it over.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be over there 7:20.
Sounds good. Give me a call when you leave the house, okay?
Okay, to your cell or to the home?
Oh, I think you can ring the house. We can hear it, and Judy can hear it.
Okay, roger on that.
Thank you, sir. Aaron, good evening to you. Thank you for your help tonight, as quiet as you were down there. How many we get, Judy?
Yep, and I'm here. K6USY.
Okay, good evening, Aaron. It looks like we got 23, Rob.
Oh, I missed a couple then. I got 20.
Okay, well, I can have Judy read these off to you if you like.
Yeah, if you want, just numbers and go quick is fine.
Hang on a second, Rob.
Roger.
Read the numbers to you, Rob. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, 1079, 1100, 800, 72, 432. That was the first five, probably.
103. Roger, got him.
And then we had the Bay Area was, who was the next one after?
Dane's checking in.
Okay. 727, Mike.
Dane's checking in.
Who's checking in?
I believe that was Dane.
Oh, Dane, is that you?
Go ahead, Dane.
Yeah, WB6JMT 107.
And CAM6HK803 for your numbers.
Roger, we'll get him. Hang on. WB6JNP.
Number 107.
And in 6BYH 195.
Okay, everybody's coming in late. Here's another one for you, Judy.
Good evening, Mike. Thanks for being there, KM6SR.
Thank you, sir. Glad to be here. M6BYH. See you Saturday, I guess.
Yep, sounds good.
Thank you, Dane. I'm limping along here with a broken rotator. That's why I'm not conversational. We're passing all these calls, these numbers on to Rob, so he can fill out his log sheet there, Dane. Didn't ignore you. Didn't mean to ignore you, and thanks for getting Dan on. WB6JNP for a quick EK6MYC.
Okay, as long as you got us both, that's all that matters. And my rotator isn't broken. So anyway, we'll catch you later. WB6JNP.
Well, if you don't have a rotor, it's hard to have a broken one. See you later.
Yeah, and Dan checked in on to me.
Okay, so we're going to continue. The next one on that list that I was giving you earlier was Frank W6PBS 72. 773 11, no, that's not right. 1129, is that Brett? Brett? Yeah, K.
9.
Yeah, 129, Brett. $12.96 for PQL. 507 971 900 711. That's not right. Oh, that's John. Okay, 711. Yeah. 776 759.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, 756. 657, Larry. 249, Richard, and 272, Daniel. And Dane is once, of course, 107, and Dan was 803. Oh, and we got Mike, of course, you know that, 195 for Mike, and then Mikey, 47. Rob?
Fine, I was just counting them up.
Yeah, well, it must be somewhere closer to 25 now.
I've got 23 that you gave me. You gave me Frank twice.
Do I give you who twice?
Frank, 72, gave twice to me.
Well, that may be, but you only should have written it down once.
Yeah, I did. Just wrote it once.
Let me read the first 5 to you. Let me have Judy read the first 5. See, I didn't miss anybody. Go ahead, Judy. Okay, 1079, 1100. 1100. 6S 800. I gave you that one, right?
Yeah, I've got three of them now, 1079, 1100, and 800.
That's 800 for Bill. You did get Brett, right? 1129?
Roger.
Okay. She's going over the numbers again to make sure we didn't miss somebody. Just bear with us. Go ahead. Okay, the last three in Sacramento were 756, 776, and 759. That was all we got out of the Sacramento area. Over.
Okay, yeah, I got those. That was just after John, 711.
Yes. I think you got them all. We may be off one in the count because when I first started, I left some open lines.
Okay, well, I've got a total of 23 now, including you and I. Over.
Well, it's close enough.
23 is exact.
Yeah, she says 23 is right. So you're fine now, Rob. Sorry about that confusion there. I started the thing and she couldn't read my writing, and I didn't put numbers in because I can't put the call sign and the number because I never get them on the same line. Over.
Roger, roger.
Okay, we're stumbling along here. Thanks, Rob. I think we're done here, and we'll see you. We'll probably maybe talk to you on the phone tomorrow, just as a confirmation, but make sure everything's a go for Saturday morning. Over.
Okay, that sounds good. Yep, I'm planning on it. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
Okay, and you're planning on coming back about 1 when the thing is over?
Or any time, probably. I only maybe need an hour or two at the most. Whatever works for you. Over.
Okay, so it won't be in later than 1. Maybe we can stop and get some lunch if you want to do that.
Sure, that sounds good. Got to eat sometime, huh?
Yeah, well, that's true, but they're not going to be feeding us there this time. So normally we get hot dogs and stuff. So, but today, tomorrow on Saturday, I should say, I don't think we're going to get any food. So we might want to grab something on the way home at Denny's or whatever.
Yeah, Roger. Unless you can survive on popcorn, I think Larry's going to be doing a lot of that. Over.
Oh, yeah, we'll be all filled up on popcorn, so I'll be able to buy you just a half a hamburger and get off easy, huh?
Yeah, I guess. And then I thought I heard they may have some donuts, but they were not going to do lunch. Over.
Yeah, well, we'll be done with those at 10. Anyway, we can play the lunch thing by ear if you're anxious to get home and get back to your weed eating. I got no end of stuff to do here, of course. And Frank will be here, too, for that back second half of the day. I'll come back, maybe get a couple of hours in with Frank on whatever we're doing next. Bye. Frank, are you still here?
I'm somewhere.
Okay. I did go up and prune the pine tree. The ladder worked fine on the hillside there. I got up against it with a ladder, and I got all the limbs off the pine tree. I dragged them down the hill, most of them, and they're down about 20 feet south of the burn pile. I did not put them on the burn pile. I did not brush them out yet. Maybe I'll get to that tomorrow when you're not here. I'll probably clean all that up tomorrow. And I'll probably rake a little bit further along the fence line. I may do a little bit more landscaping around the big tree and also the little trees. I've got some rocks that I'll make another rock well, water well for the bigger oak there. I did save the little oak that was up through the fence. I saved it because it had a perfectly clean vertical stalk. It didn't go off in any direction, and it went straight up through the fence and wasn't intertwined in the fence. So if it was, it's not going to matter. So I cleaned it all off to about 6 inches above the top barbed wire, and it just is a nice little oak, and I'll just leave it there. At some point in time we can make a decision on, but it's not hurting anything now, and it's just a clean, perfect little oak shape. Over.
No, I agree. It was a nice-looking little tree, Mike. It just and you're right. Like I said earlier, it's not entangled in the fence yet, but it will. So that's why I said to bring it out, just because it's literally only an inch or two from the fence wires where it's growing. But no, there's no reason it has to come out right now. And you're right. It is a nice, straight-looking, perfectly straight tree.
Anyway, so I saved it. It's optional, but I think we can keep it and leave it there for any number of years until we decide what to do with the fence. The fence is in sick repair. One strand is down on the ground, and one strand is broken, and there's just, of course, the fence doesn't do anything anymore, even almost with no fence, so the cows can't hardly get up that steep embankment. So it's almost a moot point, but maybe the fence should be removed in some areas. We can talk about it. It's nothing pressing. And don't forget to give me the name, if you have it there, of your insurance agent. Maybe I can give him a call in the morning if you have it there now. Over.
No, I got to go dig that up, Mike. I don't have any of that readily available.
Okay, you can call me in the morning with that.
I got to find it first. But
okay.
Best.
Maybe I'll just go back to the phone company and ask them for the Farmers Insurance Company in town there. They'll find it in Oakhurst. It's in Oakhurst. It's Farmers. They should be able to find that. Alrighty, 7-3s, guys. We're out of here. Go take a break and relax for the rest of the evening here. KM6SRR, W6BBS, K6USY, and K6ZKA already signed, but may still be listing. K6MYC clear and closing.
Hey, I got a phone number. Is Judy ready to write?
Oh, that was quick. So much for looking it up there. Yeah, she's writing. Ready? Go ahead.
Of course, 559-683-3276. 683-3276 is the Farmers Insurance in Fresno. Now, Mike, this is just looking it up on the computer real quick. This isn't going and digging back into one of my records boxes and finding it. Over.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's what I would do anyway in the morning with the phone company, so that's fine. It sounds right. 683 is the area code for Oakhurst, so that sounds right.
Okay, very good, very good. Anything else, sir?
I think that's it. Have fun.
All right, good night, Judy. Have a good evening, and good night to you, Mike, and everybody else. W6BBS going that way.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, Frank.
Good night, guys. K6USY, DMO6.
Good night, Aaron.
Good night, Aaron. KM6SR.